Happy April 2021. This is going to be your general tarot reading for April 2021. The decks that I'm using this month, I decided to go completely fantastical. And so I'm going to be using the Tarot of Mystical Moments, the Star Spinner Tarot for clarifiers, and the White Rabbit Oracle cards number 1 and number 2, and they're mixed together for clarifiers. So it's completely fantastical. That's going to add a different flavor to this month. This reading may or may not resonate for you because it's geared towards a collective, so it's up to you to decide whether it resonates or not. If it doesn't resonate for you, you may want to check out the readings for your other planetary placements or rising signs, whatnot. See if any of those resonate for you more. I'm going to be doing these in order of the most views that I got for March. And so it's going to be in that order. And feel free to subscribe, share, comment, like, do whatever you want to support my channel if you feel like. I would really appreciate it. If you would like to skip through the shuffling process, there is a timestamp down below in the description box for you that you can click on. It'll take you straight to the beginning of the reading. I'm feeling perfunctory even though I'm late this month, and so I have a feeling these readings are going to be a little bit shorter than usual. I'm hoping that the messages will come out clear for you. Okay, happy April, you guys, and if you happen to be an Aries sun sign, happy birthday, or an early Taurus. Okay, see you in a minute. Bye. Hello, Aquarius. This is going to be your general tarot reading for April 2021. And we shall see what comes out for you for April. This deck so far has been really fun to work with. I really like it a lot. It's easy to read them. There aren't as many details coming out as there usually is, but sometimes I almost feel like the details are a distraction. So we'll see. Okay. 11 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, 8, 9. 10, 11. All right. Has someone watching just gotten out of a relationship or is thinking of it? I'm just going to throw it out there. It could go either way, though. Things could be worked out, or it might just be time to move on, but I'll try to read it in other ways too. All right, let me pick one to go with that one. Yeah. Okay. That's pretty straightforward, actually. So, for your central energy for April, it seems as though you're taking a break. And regardless of what has been going on in your life or with you, you have decided that no matter what, you are going to find peace of mind and you are going to make time to rest so that you can think straight. Maybe you've had a lot on your mind or a lot on your plate. And so the signature energy is basically saying it's important to take it easy. It's important for things like meditation, retreat, vacation, time out, silence, quiet, peace, so you can find peace of mind and chillax and take a break. It's important for you to do that. That way you'll know, you'll return, you'll come out of this period knowing what you're doing and having some clarity. If you try to run around and continue the way that you have been, you wouldn't be able to see so clearly. So, you could be taking a break from a relationship, possibly, or taking a break from work, taking a break from your normal routine, possibly going on vacation if you can, or getting away and getting some peace and relaxation. Okay. Your challenge is the same as it was for Taurus, I think it was. It may be that you need to take some time out because things are not coming to pass the way that you thought that they would, or you had plans or visualizations or expectations on how things were going to unfold or ultimately come to a conclusion with either a job, a way of life, a way of living your life, a relationship, where things are not panning out the way that you expected. And so it's time for you to take some time out and really think about things. Think about, maybe you're reprioritizing on what actually matters to you in your life. Maybe your intentions have changed. Or perhaps you have spent a lot of time working towards goals, thinking that once you reached them that they would be fulfilling and that you would find a sense of accomplishment. But now that perhaps you have reached your conclusion or your culmination of everything you have put your energy into, you don't feel fulfilled and you're wondering why. Now that you've accomplished and done all that, you should be feeling satisfied, but it seems as though perhaps you need to get more internal rather than external, or your life so far has been spent on reaching goals, possibly the outer world, and now that you have reached what you sought, you're realizing that that's not fulfilling you and that you're longing for something different. Okay, let me pick a little bit more on that. Or you thought you would feel a certain way, but instead it feels empty. Or perhaps you worked towards pleasing other people or expectations put on you, and you're realizing now that it's really not for you, and you're done with pretending that those things matter to you when they don't. perhaps out of a feeling of responsibility. Okay. Nine of Cups. You thought it was what you wanted, but you're realizing it may not be what you wanted. Or you're wondering if this will actually happen. Maybe you need to take a break because things are simply just not moving and things have been taking a very, very long time, and you're starting to have doubts. You're starting to wonder if your wishes are going to be granted or not the way that you thought that they would. Or perhaps your wishes are changing. You have the Nine of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles. It could be that you have had a connection with someone or been in a relationship with someone where you saw a long-term vision of where the relationship was headed. Possibly get married, have children, start a life together, build a business together, build a dream together. Maybe you had high hopes for this alliance, but for whatever reasons, you may be wondering whether or not this is actually going to happen, or whether or not this is a situation that you can count on. It could be for someone that you're having to wait because you're about to find your dream career or your dream job or your dream home, but something about it is being delayed or is taking too long. But you see potential there. You see potential in the situation for your wishes to be granted, but things are taking a long time. Is this really what you want? All right. So what is helping you is Major Arcana, the Moon. It's important for you to pay attention to how you feel. Pay attention to your gut instincts, to your dreams, literally your dreams that you dream at night. There may be something that is niggling at you that's trying to get your attention, or you're trying to make sense out of something that you feel very strongly, but you're not sure how to put it into logical terms. There could be fears involved in this, insecurities, mysteries. There may be something about this situation that you're uncertain about. But what is helping you is to dive deep, or to go deep within, to pay attention to your reactions to things and your instincts. There may be something illuminated to you that was a mystery before, and it will no longer be a mystery. Or something about nurturing yourself at night and having some kind of a healing nightly routine, whether it's taking baths, drinking warm milk before you go to bed, possibly putting intentions out there on solving problems or riddles through dreams and asking the dream state to give you clarity. Or needing to sleep more. If your energy is low this month and you don't have as much energy as you normally do, it's happening for a reason, and it's time for, again, retreat, peace of mind, taking a rest, taking a break, reflecting, thinking about things. Or rather, not necessarily thinking about anything, just feeling. But let me see if I can get any more on the Moon. Something that was a mystery to you before becomes revealed, and you're able to find peace of mind in this situation. Two of Swords. You need to make some kind of a decision or make up your mind about something. You might need to temporarily close your eyes or be in a receptive state in order to receive the illumination that you need or the answers that you need. It's not the type of thing where you can find the answers in an external form. This is very internal. If you take time out to really heal or have some quiet time, it seems as though things will be revealed to you and you will be able to make some kind of a decision on something. You may be hesitating before you make a decision on something. Okay. So in your instincts, it seems as though perhaps you're coming away from a period of worry or stress or feeling distressed over what's going on in your own head as far as possibilities, things that are happening around you. Your own mind has been possibly driving you crazy, actually, and it's time to get out of the mind. It's time to still the mind. Your mind might be taking you to some places where you really don't want to go, but you don't have as much control over your mind as you would like. Again, I'm getting something in here about meditation. Meditation is definitely a discipline. It takes discipline and focus to meditate, really meditate, which is basically clearing your mind of all clutter. And for anyone watching who is thinking of learning more about meditation, I can give you some advice. One, at least what I was taught in meditation class, is that the goal is not necessarily to have nothing on your mind. The goal is to allow thoughts to pass through and not to chase those thoughts, hunt those thoughts down, or try to figure out those thoughts. So in the beginning, when you're learning how to meditate, the goal is to allow the thoughts to pass through and pass through. Eventually, if you start to find yourself following a thought or following a thought pattern or wanting to hunt down a thought and make more sense out of it, in other words, in your mind, if you're hanging on to something, focus on the feeling of your breath from your nose hitting that little dip that is in between your upper lip and your nose. There's like a little cleft or a little dip there. When you start to chase down a thought or you start to follow a thought, instead redirect your attention to the feeling of the breath hitting that little cleft. And each time you find your thoughts wandering or following something, you do that over and over and over. If you continue that practice, eventually you'll get to a place where your mind literally is blank and you don't really have much on your mind at all. So basically your mind is driving you crazy, and it makes sense on why the Six of Swords is your central experience for April. Is if you have been having trouble sleeping, like insomnia, racing thoughts, not being able to control your thoughts, you've become overstimulated. You're not spending enough time resting or sleeping or stilling your mind so that clarity can actually come to you. So let me see, is there some kind of remedy that they can focus on? I'm also getting something about other people's opinions in here, where you've let other people's opinions on a matter get in the way as far as what you believe is possible to you. And so not only stilling your mind, but shutting down your ears where you are not listening to other people's opinions so much, would greatly help you to come from your own source of wisdom rather than other people's advice at this time. You may be feeling needled, or people are getting on your nerves, or you just have been around people too much. Five of Wands. Yeah. It's important for you to get clarity for yourself, because I feel as though you perhaps have been dealing with people that are subconsciously manipulative with the things that they say or their opinions. Or you may be realizing that if you listen to your thoughts closely enough, you're being overly strategizing about things, when really you need to surrender the mind and allow your instincts to guide you. You may be realizing that you've been a little bit more manipulative than you thought. And that might be because you have been manipulated. But it's time to get your mind back, and it's time to get your own willpower back, regardless of what other people think or what other people are trying to arrange for you. How can you come up with the best plan or the best strategy if there's too much going on in your own head? Okay. All right. So you're coming away from a period where you have realized your own truth, or you're willing to go after what is true for you, regardless of what other people think or what other people expect you to do. You may have been learning new information. You might have been studying something, or you have become renewed in your sense of purpose that you must do what is right for you. On this woman's dress, there are words, and the top headline of the words says, "A right is worth the cost." A right is worth the cost. So I'm getting you have fully comprehended recently that it's more important to take a risk and follow what is right for you, because if you did not do that, you wouldn't have any right, or you wouldn't have rights. You would just be following. You have a right to feel the way that you do, or you have a right to think the way that you do, and to communicate the way that you do. Going along with things simply to get along or to please people is at a cost. The cost is greater to not follow your worth than the cost to follow your worth. It seems as though you have become emboldened, or you've become extremely courageous and brave about needing to follow your own personal truth and to find the information that you seek, so that you can understand things clearly enough to be able to create what you wish. You'd rather know the truth than not to know the truth. You may have had to do some digging recently to find out what the truth actually is, or to speak your own truth. And so your best possible outcome is to walk away from what you have been enveloped in and to seek a different experience. This could be with work, with romance, with your own internal world, how you perceive things. It feels melancholy but necessary to take a retreat, to take a break, take a vacation, to get away, so that you can receive inspiration in a moment of solitude or moments of solitude. This could be a temporary break or a temporary walking away from a situation so that you can find clarity. I'm not necessarily saying that this is the ending of a cycle. It just seems as though you need a different experience as your best possible outcome so that you can reflect and receive some illumination. You may be realizing that you have outgrown an old experience and it's time to experience something else. Let me get more on that. What do they need to walk away from as their best possible outcome? The Eight of Coins. Walk away from some kind of a job or responsibilities. I feel like you need to walk away from responsibilities, even if it's just temporary, so that you can come back to yourself and realize what really matters to you. You may have been overextending your energy or spending too much of your energy on something that actually isn't even all that important. You may need to seek a new job situation or a new career situation. Yeah, and you do have a new idea. You have the Ace of Wands. So you have the Eight of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands. So there is a new beginning or a new way or a new idea or a new path of action for you. But you're in a transitory state right now, and it's important for you to also gather your energy back before you extend the energy or expend the energy towards a new beginning. You're in the process. Okay. So coming up for you is the Queen of Swords. This looks very much like yourself. She has a telescope that she's looking through at the horizon and what is to come in the future. For now, she's resting and sitting while the magic is taking her someplace. Well, actually, it looks like her hot air balloon has become stuck in the tree down below her, and she's looking at what other options are out there, or if there's anybody out there to ask for help. But the Queen of Swords, in the future, you're going to be looking at things with a critical eye and looking at what's actually available to you with clear eyes. Needing to be logical, needing to make sense out of something, also needing to strategize. Perhaps your strategy has changed and your plans have changed. So now you need to plan something that is completely unexpected, or something unexpected has occurred and it changes your plans. But she doesn't seem fazed by the fact that her balloon is stuck. It just seems like she's rolling with it and she's looking at her options in her new situation that she finds herself in. She's not letting fears or anxieties or worries stop her from having her eyes on the future. So, or keeping a lookout. You might be examining something in the future. Let's see. Tell me more about the Queen of Swords and her future. You're examining what makes you feel as though you have to feel lack, or you have experienced lack in the past, and so now you're examining this on what needs to be adjusted or changed so that you don't find yourself in a state of lack. This could be examining what makes you feel this way. It may not be triggered by external forces, or it could be, but it feels more internal to me. You're afraid of becoming trapped. You're afraid of becoming trapped. Something is bothering you or something is bugging you. So there's the Queen of Swords. You're examining things in a very airy fashion, in a very logical way, and also thinking outside of the box as far as noticing things that are available to you that perhaps some other people in this situation would not notice. But you are noticing the fact that there are parts of you that feel left out or feel cold or feel uprooted, like you don't belong or you're too different or you don't have companionship or lack of support, lack of money, lack. But it seems as though you're examining this, saying, why do I feel this way? Why do I feel this lack? What about me internally needs to be adjusted or changed so that I don't find myself in this spot again internally? Something is bothering you. There's the Nine of Wands. Something is bothering you. It feels like you're carrying all the weight or the responsibility onto your own shoulders, and you're actually realizing that it's taking too much of your own energy away, where you constantly end up feeling stuck because of this. And so there has to be a way to fix this situation or to adjust it or to change it. You may have been taking too much onto yourself for the sake of other people, or sacrificing parts of yourself in order to get along or have what you need, when actually you need these things. It's like you've been not expressing enough what you actually need, or heaven forbid, you've been making yourself believe that you don't need certain things. But you're realizing you need a lot more than you thought. And you can't ignore it because some part of you feels very hungry. This could be in a relationship. You know, if you've gone along with something thinking that perhaps you could be swayed, or perhaps you could continue on without certain parts of you being fed, you are now realizing in the future that you can't ignore these things and you really do need something that you're not receiving. But you're taking a good, close look at it from a distance, of figuring out where this feeling comes from, how much of it is really others, and how much of it is actually you. And let me see if I can get a remedy. Give me some kind of a remedy of something that they can do to help them. The answer is kind of odd, but basically it's saying it's okay to dive deep. It's okay to get deep this month. You did have the moon earlier as what's helping you. Even though it may feel foreign to you or feel totally different from how you normally feel, it's happening for a reason, and it's important for you to go deep in order to feel out where this comes from, so that you can release it, shed some light on it. If you receive this illumination about whatever this emptiness is, or feelings of being bugged or bothered, or things have become overwhelming. I'm almost getting like a feeling like you have struggled with thoughts that the universe is against you, or the fates are against you somehow. But this is coming from something else, possibly from past lifetimes or from your past, where you're not exactly sure where this stuff comes from, but it's coming up for a reason. It's really important for you to take care of yourself and to be honest with yourself about what your needs actually are, because you will no longer be able to continue the way that you have been. Okay, so right now it looks to me like you are lonely. Or even if you're surrounded by people, you feel alone, or you feel misunderstood, or like you're a rare bird and it's hard to find people that can really get you or understand you on where you're coming from. This can also be a much needed break or a much needed vacation or a much needed time out so that you can reflect and tune in and take care of yourself emotionally too. Any problems that you face that you need solutions for, you have the solutions within you. You don't need to go to any external guides, any external people, or any external situation in order to find the truth. You have the truth within you. You just need to still the mind, still your monkey mind, and just listen to what your environment is telling you or what the universe is telling you. Pay attention to the little. Pay attention to the silence. And it's okay for you to go deep. She has a mermaid tail. It's important for you to go deep, and you are not going to drown if you do so. It's actually much needed. And so in your surroundings, there's a Page of Pentacles. If you are a parent, or if somehow young people are in your life, whether you're a teacher or a mentor or even a foster parent, it's important for you to spend hands-on quality time with young people in your environment. Maybe take your children or child for long walks or hikes, or spend the necessary time to really sit down and really talk with them and get to know each other more. To do something meaningful with young people, maybe gardening or doing an art project or doing something creative or fun. If you don't have young people in your life, this seems like some new, fresh, creative energy that's coming into your environment. This could be new friends, new neighbors, possibly taking a class or doing something community-oriented that can help you to meet new people. Thinking about plans, creative projects you would like to get started with, cultivating your talents more, doing what you enjoy more, possibly gardening, looking forward to spring, looking forward to fresh new energy. Let me pick a little bit more. Tell me more about the Page of Pentacles and their surroundings. You may meet a young person that's suddenly in your environment that wasn't there before, that kind of brings some much needed kid energy into your life. The Fool, yeah, beginning something new, trying something completely new, trying something that you've always wanted to try, taking a leap into a new experience, deciding to experience life or experiment with life, to approach things with the eyes of a child, or to try to see the world through the eyes of innocence or creativity. It's okay to take risks. It's okay not to know everything. To just experience it. This could be a new environment if maybe you have decided to move. There was the Eight of Cups as your best possible outcome. Perhaps you're thinking of moving to a new location. If that's the case, that would be amazing. There would be a lot of new, fresh, creative energy coming into your life. It feels extremely exciting. Almost as if you're very young again. The kind of excitement that we have when we're children. So your hope is that you will be able to hold it together financially and be able to continue to build on your dreams and to go in the direction that you want to go in, to be solid, to be stable, to be rooted, to take care of yourself, to know what you actually want to manifest. These are all things that you hope for. This could also be a person that you hope for. I just see that you're hoping to be in a good place where you can provide for yourself what you need, and you feel as if you are growing in your life and able to create what you wish. The ability to be stable in a creative way. So your general outcome is the Five of Swords. This could be some kind of a breakup for somebody watching. You may be deciding that a relationship isn't able to be salvaged, or something about a relationship was disappointing, and so you're deciding to move on. This could be an old job, an old place of residence, an old way of life, an old way of seeing things. This could be a relationship where you realize it has cost you. It has taken energy from you. And it's time to get your energy back and to release this instead of trying to hang on to it. And simply to be able to walk forward into the future and leave this behind, this conflict. This can be internal conflict as well. Or disillusionment of what you thought was actually happening, or what you thought you could count on. Things have changed. You're ready to have peace of mind now. So let's look more into that. Tell me more about the Five of Swords as their general outcome. Illuminate, there we go again. Illumination. Things are becoming illuminated to you in April, where if you have had to deal with a very difficult time, with a lot of strife or a lot of worry or a lot of stress or not sure what's happening, trust that if you take a break, walk away from whatever is difficult at this time and really do some soul searching, or to pay attention to how you actually feel, you will know what to do on how to be able to calmly, peacefully move forward and invite a new experience into your life, or to find illumination to whatever has been bothering you. To receive clarity. Maybe you've been fooling yourself into thinking that something is imaginary, or that something about your feelings is not real. But that is not true, and if someone else has taught you that, you need to disregard that. Every feeling that you have is valid and comes from some place. And it's important not to push anything down at this time and allow things to rise to the surface so that you can receive clarity. So let me pick one last little message, and then I'll let you go. Hopefully this has made sense for someone or helped you in some way. Embody. You want to fully embody yourself and embody a life that you truly want for yourself. You need to be yourself. You cannot suppress certain parts of yourself. Trust that if you fully embody yourself completely, you will attract what you need, and you'll attract other people and situations that celebrate you rather than expect you to be something different from what you actually are. You are awakening to who you actually really are. This is quite exciting, actually, and there's so many plants here. I see spring. a new feeling of being able to finally wake up after a good, restful night's sleep, knowing exactly what you want and being able to see what's actually available to you. Okay. Take care, you guys. See you in the mid-month for the mid-monthly readings if you would like to check those out. Okay, take care. Bye.